Hi. When considering networking in the field of counseling, I consider a lot of different possibilities. Well, in my opinion, networking is the art of building relationships. Not just the art of building relationships, but nurturing those relationships. The golden rule of networking, from what I've always been told, is giving more than you get. You get what you pay for. These different scenarios, you get what you pay for, you reap what you sow. What does your professional black book look like? Is it empty? Is it dated? Does it have dust on the pages? Have you spent some time nurturing those relationships? I believe that relationships are important in all aspects of life, and when considering counseling specifically, the first question I ask myself is, who is important in this line of business? Who's important? The most important person is the client. And I consider the question, who are the other stakeholders involved? Okay, so you have their families. Well, what about the professional stakeholders? The other professionals that may assist in caring for these clients, providing services for them. And my range of thought becomes broader, and I consider teachers, other counselors, other health professionals, mental health professionals. I consider clergymen, Sunday school teachers, attorneys, social workers. Building relationships in all of these different areas can only build my position up and make it stronger with a much stronger foundation than if I were sitting alone and trying to just pull from resources within me or that I read in a book. While I believe that there's many resources in print that are critical to helping me grow as a professional, I believe that equally important are the relationship pieces. When you build relationships with other professionals, maybe your peers, or people who've been in the business for many years, much longer, as I'm just starting out, and I pick their brains. I found out what works for them, what techniques they prefer, how they handle situations with one client differently than maybe how they handle a situation with another client. I truly believe that listening to others and building on the relationships that are right in front of us, that's our first step. Now, some ways that we can network successfully in counseling. First of all, I believe that volunteering our time in the community is certainly a great way to start building our little black book of networking relationships. For example, my husband and I, we volunteer with the radio reading service. And I didn't really consider the networking possibilities with the field that I'm interested in, which is children and counseling and family counseling and therapy, until we attended an annual banquet. And when attending this banquet, I met some amazing people, people who are aligned with my profession. I found out what the Lions Club is all about. I could provide a service for them, whether it's reading the newspaper on the radio so that they can keep up with the news, to offering just basic support for that person. But when I learned of the Lions Club and I learned of all they do for the deaf and the blind community, I was just intrigued. And my first question was to them, how can I become involved? And they were just overjoyed with this. Well, in the process of discussing the procedures and steps to become involved with an organization such as the Lions Club, I began to learn of other people in my profession, teachers, doctors, friends, colleagues who have been Lions for many, many years. And I thought, wow, what a really great resource to have. That, yes, we're in the service industry, but we're not just in the service industry for our clients. We're in the service industry for the sake of the service industry as well. We're there to support other professionals. We're there to lift one another up. And it's so critically important to become a part of that community 110% in everything that we do, making those relationships at church, social functions, attending trainings and conferences, something I've already begun to do. Then I consider the professional community such as LinkedIn. Well, when I first heard of LinkedIn, I thought, well, this is just some type of a white-collar Facebook. Okay, so it's a white-collar Facebook, but it's a way to connect globally and reach far beyond our borders of the town that we live in and our community. It's a way to connect with other people who have the same passion that we do. While I was searching and looking for some different references, I found an amazing reference that I'm going to pursue, and that is a lady by the name of Barbara Lofrisco. Barbara Lofrisco, Lofrisco. And she has a website, and it's counselorbarb.com. And she offers couples and individuals counseling. Well, when I was also doing some research, I thought, well, what is my role as a counselor? It's someone who cares, it's someone who listens. And then I thought the word listening. When you're networking, you're hanging out, you're having a party, you're listening to what others have to say, you're watching their body language, and you're becoming part of that situation and not just being a wallflower and someone who's just observing. And it's something my mother taught when I was very young. She says, we are here to serve others. We're here to serve God through our service to others and to build others up. Well, that's what I'm here for. That's what my job is. It's what I can do for you, and in turn, if that relationship is mutual, what a strong foundation we've built. I think it's so important to consider all of the hands that it takes to raise up a child, to counsel and help an individual. Many more hands than just the two that I have. And some problems that I foresee in this area are limiting myself. I believe that I need to think outside of the box, go beyond the borders, join LinkedIn, contact other professionals such as the lady I mentioned earlier. And I believe that we've become pretty good at what we do as teachers in our networking, by networking, and then building relationships with professors, and like we've been building with these professors at ECU. I think it's a great start. So with that said, I'll say ciao for now. It looks like we're going to have a big storm here on the river, but I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and I look forward to getting to know you better, and just let me know what I can do to be of service to you.